The news discusses J.D. Salinger, a man of many mysteries, with Adam Judson. J.D. Salinger was born January 1st, 1919, in New York City. Salinger was not the best student in his adolescence. After flunking out of his local school, the McBurney School, which is located on New York's Upper West Side. After flunking out of the McBurney School, Salinger was sent away to Valley Forge Military Camp in Wayne, Pennsylvania. After graduating military academy, Salinger returned to New York to study at NYU, and although his studies were short-lived, in his time he did display a promise in writing. After just 1 year at NYU, Salinger left to tour Europe, and upon his return he began taking night classes at Columbia University, where he met his future mentor, Whit Burnett. Salinger was drafted into the military in 1942 and served from 1942 to 1944. During his military career, Salinger fought in the Battle of the Bulge, one of the bloodiest battles in World War II. During his service, Salinger wrote and compiled various chapters of his most popular novel, The Catcher in the Rye. Soon after the end of the war, Salinger was hospitalized due to various mental breakdowns. Some say the cause of his later reclusion from the outside world. Coming up after the break on the news, J.D. Salinger's reclusive behavior and his short affair with the young Joyce Maynard.
Son, life can fill your head with all sorts of questions, but so often you can find the answers by just looking up at the stars.
Think we can go to Little Caesars tonight?
I'm not sure we have time for pizza.
They're hot and ready. You don't have to call or wait. So can we go?
Well, maybe the answer's in the stars.
Pizza time!
Pick up Little Caesars hot and ready Caesar wings.
In 1953, 2 years after the publication of The Catcher in the Rye, Salinger retreated to a secluded 90-acre plot of land in Cornish, New Hampshire that was without electricity, a telephone, or running water. In the first few months of Salinger living in Cornish, it was not uncommon to see him at school open houses, socializing with neighbors and store clerks, or doing community work for the town, although as the years went by, Salinger did his best to cut off contact with the public and significantly slowed his literary output. It was not uncommon for him to let students come into his home to interview him. However, after one interview was leaked to a local newspaper, when the students tried to return to his house, they found it surrounded by a high wall. In this interview, when asked if The Catcher in the Rye was autobiographical, Salinger did say, sort of, I was much relieved when I finished it. My boyhood was very much the same as that boy in the book. It was a great relief telling people about it. At the age of 53, Salinger seduced the 18-year-old writing prodigy Joyce Maynard. Maynard dropped out of Yale University in order to move in with Salinger in his New Hampshire home. This relationship between the two lasted 9 months, and during these 9 months, Salinger was abusive and defiled the 18-year-old virgin Joyce Maynard. During their courtship, Salinger claimed on numerous occasions that Maynard would give birth to his next child, but unexpectedly, Salinger broke up with Maynard. The separation with Salinger sent Maynard into a long, dark state of depression. Joyce Maynard has now written a memoir illustrating her time spent with Salinger, called At Home in the World. One excerpt from Maynard's book tells of one story where Salinger took advantage of Maynard. It reads, He took hold of my head, then, with surprising firmness, and guides me under the covers, under the sheets, with their smell of dirty laundry detergent. I close my eyes, tears are streaming down my cheeks. Still, I don't stop. So long as I keep doing this, I know he will love me. From humble beginnings to bloody battles, from superstardom to reclusiveness, J.D. Salinger is a literary genius whose work will be forever missed.